These are the Q3 2018 DXI companies representing the largest websites in the US based on Alexa.com rankings. They are ranked by their Net Promoter Scores, or NPS, which looks at the percentage of promoters and detractors for a company, determining the likelihood that a visitor will recommend a particular brand. By now, I'm sure you've had a chance to take a look at where all the brands rank. So I wanted to call out a few interesting bits about these 50. First, take a look at the top 4 companies. A few things really stand out here. All 4 of these companies have their origins in digital. They aren't legacy brick and mortar businesses that made their way into the digital space. They are the pioneers, the leaders in digital, and the DXI report confirms this. Also, you'll notice that they're all 4 in different industries. So it's not that one industry is outperforming others in digital excellence. It's all about keeping up with your audience and being the best in your industry. Now, having said that, you'll notice that quite frequently, some of the top companies will be grouped together. For example, top video content sites Hulu and YouTube are ranked right next to each other. Traditional financial institutions Chase and Capital One are ranked right next to each other. And delivery and business service companies UPS and FedEx are ranked right next to each other. These companies are not only in tune with what their customers need, but they're also doing well at keeping up with the competition, both of which are essential for digital success. Now let's take a closer look at the top 4, the brands that win: Netflix, PayPal, Amazon, and Google. These 4 all have the top NPS scores in Q3, but they also have the top customer satisfaction scores, performing well in overall satisfaction, meeting expectations, comparisons to an ideal experience, mainly because these are the ones that are setting the bar for that ideal experience. But when we dig in a little bit deeper, we can see why these 4 are at the top. PayPal, Netflix, Amazon, and Google all have top NPS and CSAT scores because they outperform in all the key drivers of the visitor experience: look and feel, navigation, site information, and site performance. These were the 4 key aspects of the digital experience that we measured, and all 4 of the top ranked companies also ranked in the top 4 for every single one of these aspects. It's actually a pretty simple formula. When your site looks good, when pages load quickly and properly, when visitors can find what they're looking for, and when the site provides the information that visitors need, people are happy and will continue to recommend your brand. You get the drivers of success right, and your website succeeds. But when it comes to making the improvements on your website, you need to not only know what aspects of the experience need to be improved, but which improvements to prioritize. And that's different for every company. Visitors come to every site with different expectations, so knowing what's important to your specific visitors is key. And ForeSee's proprietary methodology does just that, helping you to understand what is key for your visitors and what improvements you need to make to best drive customer satisfaction and voice of customer recommendations. Now, to understand a little bit more about that prioritization, let's take a look at 2 large mass merchant retailers. ForeSee's priority maps help you understand which aspects of the visitor experience should be prioritized, identifying those elements that have a combination of low score and high impact on the site. For Walmart, the DXI study shows that navigation is the top priority element for their sites. So it's not to say that they would never want to make changes to site performance or look and feel. It's just saying that making changes in those areas won't drive the satisfaction needle as much as improving navigation. Now, if we look at Target, we'll see that the priority maps do look similar, but navigation and site performance are flipped, showing that visitors to Target.com will be much more satisfied with improvements to site performance than with other aspects of the site experience. We see something similar when we look at 2 traditional financial institutions. For Bank of America, they actually don't have any elements that end up in the top priority quadrant, but site information still leads the way with the highest impact. And look and feel, it isn't even on the map. But if we switch to the priority map for Chase, we'll see that look and feel, along with navigation, are the key drivers of the visitor experience and the specific areas of the site improvement that should be prioritized. So just because you have similar businesses doesn't mean that your visitors have the same priorities, the same expectations, and especially the same experience. Measuring the voice of customer on your site, understanding your visitors and their needs and expectations is the key to success in this vastly transforming digital world. As part of the DXI study, we can provide you with scorecards about the individual companies that were measured. So if you're interested in learning more about how your company, your competitors, or even just the top ranked companies perform, you can go to ForeSee.com, click on the Contact Us button at the top, and request a DXI briefing. Be sure to look out for more webinars in the DXI series coming soon.